The iMAXX Podcast.
That's nice. There's something behind me.
All right, we're running there. That one's running. That one's running.
Y'all didn't hear that? You didn't hear that noise? It sounded like somebody's stomach rumbled, but it was like right beside me.
I'm pretty sure this place is haunted.
Dude, I believe it, dude. What the fuck? It was right here.
At nighttime, I'll be here by myself, and I'll hear the doors open. I'll hear the doors slam, and I swear I can hear people walking around.
Buddy, that's your fault for being here by yourself.
Yeah.
That's first off.
Eerie. We had a shop. We had a shop before we came in here, and it was this old building, and it was literally like this old garage. I used like some of them insulation boards to kind of form it up to get some heat in there.
Right.
And dude, that place, it was pitch dark at night, and you would hear all kinds of crazy shit there. It was that place was definitely haunted.
First off, fuck that. Second off, why did you stay working there? Third off, fuck that.
Oh yeah, it was that place was wild.
The fuck?
My last house that I lived in, it was on the top of the mountain in Fletcher, and I swear I had so many lucid dreams at that house. Every time I took a nap at 12 o'clock, I had a lucid dream. Or not 12 o'clock. Anytime I took a nap during the middle of the daytime, I would have a lucid dream, and it would be the realest dream. I would be at that house, and like one time my kids became ghosts. Like all my 3 little kids all were ghosts, and they were playing in the backyard, and it was like I couldn't talk to them or touch them. And then one time there was this old car coming up that old driveway, and it was just parked out there, and there's this old lady with the gun ready to shoot me. But the house was perfect, and I don't know, it was wild. My dreams there, they've kind of went away now that I live at my new house, but dang, it was wild.
Well, first off, off camera, like, but you could have whacked them in the dream, because you know it ain't real. If you real, like, dude, no, have you ever had reoccurring dreams? Like, I mean, even if you're fucking smacking your kids in your dream, like, fuck, I know it's just a dream, but I gotta get this shit out of my mind. You know what I'm saying?
It's like I become conscious, but then I'm like numb and I can't wake up, like that sleep
paralysis, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude, I have had it. Before I went to bed 9 times in one fucking night. I know it sounds exaggerated, but dude, you can ask my old lady, bro. When I'm, like, anytime I go to sleep, at least 4 out of 7 days, straight up sleep paralysis. Like, I'm just laying there, and I'm, like, finally about to fall asleep, and then, like, I feel like I stopped breathing, so I need to go get a sleep study to see if I have, like, sleep apnea, but I'll stop breathing or something, and then all of a sudden, at the same time I stop breathing, dude, it fucking, like, it feels like somebody's holding you, like, sleep paralysis. Mm-hmm. You know, it feels like somebody's holding you the fuck down, and you're, like, trying to do anything, like, dude, just a little lean or something, just to try to fucking break it, but it doesn't work until that final moment where you're like, and you finally get to move, dude. I mean, I don't know that it might be like 10 seconds long, but that 10 seconds is the longest 10 seconds of your life, buddy.
I'm afraid that's the way I'm gonna go out in life. I'm just gonna get stuck in a dream and never come out. But,
hey, that's scary, because dreams can be fucked up, dude. I'm telling you that, buddy.
Like I always realize that I'm asleep though. When it'll be like I'll be in my house or wherever I'm at, it'll be like a real place, and then like I'll look down a hallway, and that hallway is just echoing all like forever.
Dude, I don't know.
I'll have to go to my wife, and I'll have to, like, one time I woke up or I was still asleep, but I thought I'd woke up. I went to my bedroom. In the dream, I'm like, honey, you got to pinch me, you got to slap me, you got to make sure I'm awake. She started hitting me, and I didn't feel nothing.
You talking about after the sleep paralysis?
Yeah, like, and I was like, oh, shit. And then I woke back up, and I realized I'm on the couch, and I'm like, the only way I can get out of it, though, that I've noticed, is if I start yelling for my mom, which I know sounds crazy.
No, it doesn't.
And, like, I can't get my voice to work. It's wild.
Hey, man, I'm all about the, paranormal shit, so, like, but no, I know what you mean, like, but sometimes if you're in that sleep paralysis moment and what's going on in your head isn't really going on, I have a story about that, but, like, it's probably because it's, like, what you would think about, like, in real life, you know what I'm saying? But the problem is, like, for me, like, during sleep paralysis, I may have a dream that I'm hooping or something, you know? Trying to throw some buckets, and then next thing you know, I try to, like, dribble, and then my hand just goes and everything's, like, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on, dude? And, like, in my dream, I'm trying, but I'm uncoordinated, and I'm like, ugh.
Can't move at all.
Yeah, dude. Even in the dream, though. But I'll tell you, the sleep paralysis shit, dude, when it's happening, you obviously don't realize it at first.
Oh, yeah.
But if you have it consistently, like I'm saying I do, dude, I can, like, understand that I'm in it because I know those signs, like me, like, stopping what I'm doing or just everything slowing down and, like, me literally in my dreams fainting is what I can describe of it.
And you said, like, the longest it went was 9 in a row?
Okay, so, well, 9, yeah, because I wake myself up, like, dude, I'm telling you, you can ask my old lady for proof, dude. I have sleep paralysis at least, like, almost every day. So I'm used to it. So in my dreams, like, when that shit happens, like I said, like, you know, it starts getting slow and I can't fucking move. So what do? I'm like, oh, shit, I'm in the sleep paralysis. Like, I can, like, say that I'm in it in the middle of my sleep. But, you know, the person beside you don't fucking know.
And you can't move
because you can't be like, and then you finally move, you're like,
yeah.
You look a little.
I know.
But you know what I'm saying, dude? Dude, no. Sleep paralysis for me has been a fucking nightmare.
I used to have it bad in high school, and I swear I'd wake up. I'd get up, I'd get out of my bed, I'd go brush my teeth, I would take a shower, and then I would hear my alarm going off, and I would be right back in my bed, and then I'm like, what the heck, dude? I just got up, I just got ready, and I'm still stuck there. And it would go like, probably like 3 to 4 is probably the most in a row that I've gotten trapped in. And then I finally realize it, and I don't go back in the dream world. I'm just stuck there looking up at the sky.
Okay, so when you're doing that, though, like, you literally feel like somebody's holding you down completely.
Like, I can't move, like, my whole body's completally paralyzed. And my vocal cords are, like, I can't even use my voice. It's like,
exactly,
and then the only way I know to wake up is to get mom out. And once I can say it one time, then the second time it's better, and about 3 or 4 times, and then I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. And then my wife comes around, what's wrong? Like, I'm okay. I was stuck in a dream. It's
Yeah, dude. A lot of people don't understand it. Like, if you try to explain sleep paralysis, dude, like, nobody's gonna understand it.
It's so dude,
scary. It's freaky as fuck. But, like, you know, also from having it, like, so long, like, I think a couple years ago, probably 2 years ago, when I was asleep, I heard, like, a demon sitting on your chest. Like, you know, that's what people describe it as. Like, there's a demon sitting on your chest. And if you open your eyes, you'll see it. Right? So, like, the next time I have sleep paralysis, which is, like, a day after that, dude, I fucking, like, open my eyes. And when I open my eyes, there was a ceiling fan. And then, like, a demon above it just fucking stuck to the ceiling, right? Nah, but hear me out. And then I'm, like, looking at it, I'm like, oh, fuck, you really do see something. And this is conscious to me, but I'm asleep. And then I was like, well, fuck, I guess it is true, dude. There might be a demon here, you know what I'm saying? And then I woke up, and I realized I didn't have a ceiling fan. So it was in my mind, dude.
Oh, dang.
Dude, that was the best day of my life. I was like, fuck yeah, this shit ain't true.
Oh.
Dude, I got some wild stories, bro.
And it's like the more you think about it, or like I got on this binge one time on YouTube, and I was watching nothing but lucid dream stuff and like sleep paralysis videos, and literally every night that week. And then I had to quit watching those videos because it was getting me so trapped in the
correct. Head. You were literally trapped inside your mind right there. But like, you know, it's just more like we're still functioning, but we're not there mentally. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure.
Like we function every fucking day, and not mentally being like. I guarantee you can't name like 5 instances from your work that you were like, what the fuck, or like paying attention too much, enough to where it's a thought that like keeps going. So all we are is like, we're just trapped in this fucking reality in our brain, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
While we're functioning throughout the day, because we're so used to doing just everyday life that we forget to have fun, dude. I'm telling you.
Yeah. I was watching a podcast the other day on the Diary of a CEO, and he had a brain surgeon or a neuroscientist in there, and she was talking about how everything is.
Hey,
just
before you tell the story, that person was miserable as fuck.
Oh yeah.
So you keep going, but I'm just already saying that right now. That person was trapped in like that because they were miserable. So keep going.
Oh yeah, and she was talking about how just everything is like everything we like remembering life and I'm gonna have to cut that. I forgot all about it.
Man, fuck
But
that.
she was
Don't cut it. Just keep going.
She was talking about how everything is just like based off of previous experiences, and everything you're doing now is literally
from a past life.
Like, well, not a past life, but like from past experiences, and you're always kind of guessing what's next, and so you're automatically moving, like all the time, and you're not even really living in the moment. You're living based off of past experiences. I don't know how to describe it.
By past experiences in your brain, are you saying like a like reincarnation type deal?
No, kind of like this life is what she was talking about.
Yeah, that one's hard for me to grasp.
She
you know what I'm saying? No, I'm sure if I saw it, like I'd understand, but I'm saying like that one's harder for me to grasp because like, you know, there's all those theories that say like we're reincarnated and like I'm fucking terrified. I mean, terrified. Like I will like push a girl over and get the fuck out the way and let it get her if it was behind me, but a big ass snake, dude. Fuck.
Well, they say we like inherit memories from like our.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Did a snake kill me in my past life? Is it coming for me? I don't know.
I've been around quite a few snakes, but I've never really been. I've only been struck at one time at work.
No, fuck that. Yeah, and y'all do fucking landscaping. I mean, so I've had them. Damn.
I've been close and personal with them a couple times.
So, have you ever like had a situation where you're at old lady Betty? And she's like 86 sitting out on the porch swing watching you, right? Mm-hmm. Say, hey, hon, I got this snake that I've been trying to get rid of. It's in my basement, man. And you're like y'all being the good old boys you are, you know what I'm saying? You're like, well, fuck. You ever had to go get one?
Yeah, so my last neighbor at my old house, I was coming home from work one day. I was actually coming just for like lunch break. I was stopping at the house. And I come pull up the driveway, and I just hear her just yelling to the top of her lungs. And I'm like, what the heck's that? And she's like, Max, can you kill a snake? Can you kill a snake? I'm like, oh, God. She's like, there's a snake inside my house right now. And so my other neighbor, he was in there, and they're just looking and looking. So I grabbed my shovel out of the truck, and I'm just walking through her house. And like, we're just picking up every little thing. Like, you're just moving every little thing, looking for the snake. And she is describing it as like this giant snake inside of her house. And she just had gotten out of the shower, and like literally the first thing she saw was this huge snake. So I'm pulling up everything. Of course, I'm the one that finds it. It was probably like 3-4 foot long. It was maybe about an inch. It's some kind of black snake. But it was I went into her closet. I'm like, I just had a feeling. I knew it was inside of this closet, and I pulled up this box, and that thing just looked at me and went, just caught right on the head. And then then I wouldn't. I didn't even want to go to my house because like our house we have 3 kids, and so it stays pretty cluttered. And I was just every time I went into another bedroom, I'm just looking under everything, looking for a little snake. And then when I moved out of there was how many snakes did we kill? Like, because I have a bunch of landscape material in the backyard, and we were pulling up all the plastic, and there was at least 10 snakes we killed when I moved.
No, fuck that.
And in my old studio, like, it'd be cool. I wanted to do the podcast in my old studio. There was this old barn in the back of my house, and it was literally falling off the mountain. I had supported it, but like all the walls were crooked, like the floor had to be at least like 6 inches off from like a 20-foot. Like from me to you, it was like 6 inches falling. And that's where we used to make all our music at. We called it the Hobo Hut. And but that thing was infested with snakes and all kinds of stuff.
Any type of snake.
And I'd be in there making music by myself, and you would just hear something moving. It's just like, no, I'm just gonna.
Hey,
keep
we got
going.
to transition to the ghost stuff here after this.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, because we talked off camp, but the fucking snake shit, like, you know, there's already like 2 people that's died in my house. Like, no, one fell out right here, and I guess one fell out up here. So, you know, like I was saying, I heard that little on my door about 10 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, is that my buddy, or is that, like, you know what I'm saying? But I was just like shook it off, and I fell back asleep. But then let's just say, and you hear like these like random thumps, like.
You ever hear any footsteps going through the house?
Sounds like it, yes. And dude, like, it sounds terrible, but the vibes that I get the worst from. Back to the snakes. So before I tell you this, but back to the snakes, like fucking the landlord, which she owned the house currently. but it's like one of my baby mama's friends, so like I got a discount on it. So fuck yeah. But dude, she told me, she's like, you gotta watch out when it gets warm for them black snakes and down there, and I'm like, motherfucker.
Down in the basement?
Yes.
Oh.
And if anything goes out, like all of our fucking breakers are down in the basement. Like last time, dude, like I used the air fryer, the heater, and the microwave at the same time, and all of a sudden the power goes out. Like fucking, like the power goes out like in the middle of the house. I'm like, what the fuck? And I had to go down there, bro. And like I'm telling you, dude, there's like 3 different breakers, and don't know what the fuck they're used towards. But none of the breakers were fucking like, you know, like where it tells you it's like the breaker flips.
Oh yeah, no description on the side.
Yeah, no, but when I did that though, and I was going through and looking, you know, I'm gonna be like, all right, I'll reset the breaker, but there's not one of them said that they were flipped, dude. So I have to go down there on any given day if I decide to use the fucking air fryer, the microwave, and the fucking fireplace at the same time.
Oh.
So them snakes stay in my mind, dude. I'm telling you.
So with all the sounds in your house, so like with all those sounds going on in your house, do you ever use that kind of aura to put into your music?
No, fuck no, dude. What I want is for it to come from my brain and my like life experience. It's not like a ghost come and fucking told me. You're like fucking for a beat like. I don't want that to be like, fuck, that's why I figured it out, because goddamn ghost told me. No! I want the motherfuckers to leave me alone, even if they exist, bro.
I dropped an album last year, and literally the whole time, I don't know, I wouldn't look up. It was like almost like a black cloud, like right at the peripherals, all right? And every time I went into the studio, like so at my old house, it was just a 3-bedroom little double wide up on the top of the mountain. And I was remodeling the bathroom while I was in there. And so I made my studio the bathroom.
Right.
So I had this little corner in there, and I swear there was something that was definitely like, I don't know if you listen to some of my lyrics, like and like probably like at least, I don't know, that trying to make a Millie song,
that creepiness
like,
to make a song.
Yeah, but it would talk, and I just feel like it would kind of take it boom 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 boom, and I'd write it down, and then it would just come out, and the songs came so much quicker and better. It was like, I've heard a lot about the muse and the source and all this stuff, but like I've literally, it's like it just, and you're just writing about it. And then that's like, in some of my songs, I'm playing with that voice, and then I'm me for a minute, and then I'm with that voice. But at that old house, literally, every song, it was like I was just playing with whatever was in the air.
How about
I never looked at it.
How about for one, a big fuck no? Like, dude, for one, you gotta take credit for that, because that fear that you felt made you write that shit. It wasn't some fucking body that took over you and like,
I gotta find them lyrics.
you know what I'm saying? Exactly, dude, find them. But like, it's not some ghost that took over you and you're like fucking mindless.
Oh no, so it wasn't like that.
Okay.
No.
So but what I'm saying, like, take credit for it, dude.
It's like I was just interpreting what it was saying down on this thing, and then I would have a contour to that. It's in the second verse.
The funny side of it though, like, that person in the corner scaring the fuck out of me. If I die, call 911, pretty please. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you see something in the corner, you're like, you relay a message for it. All right.
I can't even find my.
And they're just like telling you all this fucking morbid shit. And you're like, please, help me.
Hang on, I got
this motherfucker won't stop staring at me. Fuck that shit, dude.
Alright, I think it. Hang on. Right, I think it. So this is me in the song, and then nope, that's it. That's it. Hang on. So when it starts with the Post Malone line. Cocaine, baby, you got me up all night. I'm chasing a run. I'm feeling so numb. Right here. Now this is our moment. This is our time. Get lost in this trance with me and just vibe. I have been calling. When will you answer? And baby, you know that you got me feeling moody. You got me on so high. I'm lost in the lust. This dream, something I can't ever get enough. So like that part right there, like my heart, like Post Malone. I can't even remember my own lyrics, but it was like this. It was telling me like, come take this ride with me, baby, blah blah blah, and yeah, it was literally.
we're
I
laying
could
back
see
to
the
ghost.
freaking like I'm sitting there at my desk writing this thing, and like this. I don't know. It's like it's very like subtle. This cloud up here, and it was like. Let's take this moment. Let's take this time. Get lost in this trance with me and just vibe. I have been calling. When will you answer? And baby, you know that you got me feeling loony. You got me so high. But yeah, it was like it was calling me like stay in this trance with me. Let's write this song. I don't know.
Okay, well,
That whole house
you
was
might
like-
have been under a possession. Like it
I
was
don't
like
know.
it was in step like 2 out of 10.
I haven't
dude.
talked
like,
about that before, so that's the first time I'm learning. Well, Dylan
Yeah,
knows.
but nah, it's a great
Gotta get
story.
them
But like,
mentions.
dude, you was on step 2 out of 10, dude. Like
And that place,
he was the closest that anybody's came in like 20 years. So, like it was on you,
I
dude.
swear.
Congrats.
So I moved into that house in 2019, and like I said, it was in the middle of nowhere. Like you could go outside and do whatever you wanted. Like you had nothing but woods around you.
Right.
And so I moved in there at 2019, and I didn't even like stay in there by myself at first. It took me like 2 weeks. I'd get my sister to come stay or some buddies to come stay. And then after about 2 weeks, I got there. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna have to learn
So
how to
you were
deal
scared
with
to
this.
stay by yourself.
Oh yeah. At
Dude.
first, like no joke.
Hell yeah.
And then after that, I just kind of got used to the funkiness of it. And then like it took a while to get over the fear, but now I feel like I can go anywhere at night. And I don't know, but we became friends up there in the woods.
Yeah, but yeah, you say you became friends up there in the woods.
I don't know. Like I overcame the fear of the
Oh, okay. I
dark
thought.
side.
But I see no Diddy, but anyway.
But I would be like going back to the sleep paralysis stuff. Like
Yeah.
I would be in that same house, and I'd be laying down on the couch taking a nap, and it would only happen. It never happened in my bed, but if I'm taking a nap on the couch, I would literally I would hear people running through the house, and I'd get up and I'd think it's my kids, and I'm there all alone, and there's nothing there, and they'd be running into my studio, and then they'd be running back out. I don't know. It was a very magical place up there. You've been up there, Dylan. We got Dylan Paris over here. But yeah, it was
The man behind the cam.
it had an aura up there for sure.
Yeah, no, dude, it's fucking.
I've tried not to bring that into my new house though. I've been trying to.
Yeah, no, like if you keep that energy thinking like it's gonna happen, dude. Like it'll be like fuck. He's still welcoming. Like, don't bring that there, bro.
They were peaceful spirits up there.
Yeah, but like that's about my house. Like, I feel like there's spirits there. I don't know if it's true, but like just hearing the shit I've heard there already, and I've been watching too much ghost shows lately. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to get a whole EVP like thing, and then fucking a spirit box, and then dude, those recorders that those ghosts like people use that like where it can record. And, like, conversations, like, you just blah, 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 blah. This company literally went out of business because they realized that when they recorded themselves talking or whatever, like, say a police investigation, right? So they'd record it, and then when they listened back, there was a voice there that wasn't the other person that was talking. And, like, so these little, like old-ass recorders, like, are, like, $5,000 now. Because they like went out of business after making like 2,000, but dude, them shits like you fucking like say something and then like keep it recording and wait like 10 seconds, dude. I'm telling you, you gotta watch some of these fucking like ghost hunting videos, dude. It's fucking freaky.
I had a girlfriend in high school, and all she watched was that ghost hunter show. I don't know. I didn't ever like it. Back then, I definitely didn't like ghosts.
Well, I don't like ghosts now either, but goddamn, like if they're real, dude, they're real. Fucking, they can keep that shit to themselves. Like, I mean, if I lived in a house full of ghosts, like, I might now, dude, they could just do their thing and I can do my thing. And, like, we don't have to cross paths ever. Like, you got the top half, I got the bottom half. Just don't make too many footsteps at night, please. Because that's when I don't watch a bunch of shit all day.
So what? I'll tell you mine, and then I'll ask what yours is. What?
Yeah, go ahead.
My like most scariest moment in life, like with paranormal stuff, has got to be I was living. So my dad, his family had a farm out in Mills River, and they've been there. I don't know how many generations, like since they came over on the boat, but they like that place is the most haunted land I've ever been at. I didn't grow up with my dad, but I moved in to one of his houses whenever I turned, it was around 20, and I'm living up there. And like that whole house that you like, my grandma on my dad's side used to live there, and they I think she partied all the time, and there ain't no telling how many people's been in that house, slam drunk and out of their minds and just doing whatever they were doing back in the day. And it's always been just a party house, and I don't know what all's up there, and they're all dead and gone now. And so I'm living up there, and it's the middle of the night, and it's before I had a gun or anything, and I had a dog though, and so if he could talk, he could tell you. But I'm sitting there, I'm going to bed. I just shut my door to my bedroom because I just didn't even like looking out in that house. Like there was always something swirling up there, and you would just hear voices every once in a while. But I'm trying to go to bed, and I hear this old lady scream. And I'm talking, I wasn't high, I wasn't drunk, I was completely sober, trying to go to bed. And I hear these high-pitched scream like bloody murder, just yelling to the top of her lungs, right? And then my window, like one of my windows go, like someone just hit it and busted in. I'm pretty sure I'm grabbing my baseball bat and I'm just waiting. And I don't hear nobody moving around. Like, what the heck's going on? Walk outside and there's nothing at all. I'm looking for broken windows everywhere. And dude, I called my dad. I'm like, I'm gonna come stay at your house tonight. I'm not staying up here. And after that, it took me a minute to kind of get back to where I'd go to bed in there, because it was like I'm just ready to jump all the time.
No, but also like in that story, when I'm listening to it, there's like logical explanations. Like there might have been somebody, but when you went outside, it'd be like, who the fuck's there? Like they're gone. Like, you know.
Well, see, like I didn't have a single busted window. All my doors were still locked.
Like, but you heard like a crash, like essentially like somebody. No,
I like it was literally like, because it had a basement on it, and so if you would have broke the window beside me, you would have had to climb up there, and there's no stairs, and like there's no other. I don't know, but it was like, but I heard a yell, like it was like this old lady yelling, like. And then my dad says, "Oh yeah, Grandma's ghost still is in this house." Like,
nah, dude, no. Fuck
and now
that.
my little brother lives in there.
At least my story, dude.
And,
fuck that.
And no one else lives on that property now. There's 3 houses and an old barn out there, and due to some stuff, no one's living there except my little brother. And there's some other dark stories I won't talk about on camera. But now my brother lives there, and it's like it's. You should just go up there one night. It's pretty creepy.
Nah, I would do it, dude. I'd be scared as fuck.
That'd be a place to go make some music one night.
Yeah, dude.
That's where I really got started.
That's where we got to make our first song, dude.
Get a music video. I want to shoot a music video there at nighttime, because it's like this huge valley down, and you can see the mountain.
No, because then every footage film, you'd be like,
let's go. You ever get tripped out editing videos, seeing
or
stuff?
Some shit? No, never. But like, dude, they think you had Tourette's because you keep turning around real quick and checking, make sure nothing's behind you in the middle of the music video. And they tried to cut it out, but there wasn't enough footage, so they had to use you fucking twitch. This is gonna be a goofy ass podcast when you put it out.
We can start getting on it. But what's your most paranormal story?
I mean, it ain't even that big, but goddamn, there's like 2 that stand out in my mind from a kid. Like, one day I was eating dinner at my Aunt Brandy's house. I was staying the night with her, right? And I was eating dinner, and I turn around, and I'm like, oh, there's Devin, or there's Aiden, whoever I was talking about. Like, they're right back there, and they're like, what do you mean? I was like, he was right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was a kid behind me, and like I seen him playing, like, and then go in a room. So I was like, yeah, he just the one that went right in there. I don't know who's here, because me and my Uncle Brian was playing video games the whole time. So when dinner was ready, I just thought they was hanging out in their room, whatever. And then they're like, Chandler, I'm telling you, there's not anybody back there. And then my uncle starts hearing the conversation because he finally finished his game. But I'm like, no, there was. Like, he's right back there. Like, he's ready to eat. I guarantee you. Just like we was all eating. I was like, and they're like, Chandler, he's at Granny and Paul Max. And I'm like my whole world shattered right there. I was like, what the fuck? And then I was like, but who was the... And then I stopped myself, and Uncle Brian, like, laughed, and he's like, ha, 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 Brandy. He saw our friend. And I'm like, no, sir. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was hard for me to sleep on the couch that night because I was afraid, like, I was going to, like, look over and see some fucking kid just, like...
staring at you.
Yeah, but the problem is he trying to play with me, too. He's like, he's trying to get your attention, but he's he knows he's a ghost, you know what I'm saying? So he's scared too, because he knows you're going to be scared. Like, bro, if I was a ghost, I'd be like, hey, listen. I know you're scared. It's okay. Let's get past the scared part. Do you want to go shoot some hoops, like, right outside? Because my property line is where I can leave. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
Dude, I just hope if a ghost ever approaches me, like, they fucking think that way too. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But my second paranormal experience, I think we were watching some weird show. Me and my dad and my stepmom, we were watching, like, this paranormal show, right? And, like, a fucking penny drops on my stomach. And I'm like, what the You know what I'm saying? I was like, why are you throwing shit at me? Like, talking to my dad and my stepmom. They're like, we didn't throw that at you. What are you talking about? Like, and then my stepmom's like, wait a minute. What date is on that penny? And I said, like, 1972 or some shit. You know what I'm saying? I was looking at it. I was like 1972.
So you actually had the penny?
Yeah. No, it hit my stomach, and I picked it up, and I'm like, who the fuck threw it at me? And they're like, we didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? And so I picked up and said 1972, and then my stepmom's like she like got these big ass eyes, dude, like freaked out as fuck, because a penny dropped on her while she was at home alone that had the same date on it. That was my biggest experience. And I'm like, you fucking lying, dude. It haunts me to this day, but at the same time, I'm like, there's a logical explanation. Maybe she was the crazy one and, like, said that happened because it fell on you. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude, it goes into a whole different ball game on that one. But I know it sounds crazy, but, like, that's what she told me, and I was freaking out.
Dang. I think it's crazy with all that. Like, you always try to make a story in your mind about what happened. And right. I think that's where some of the stuff comes in at. But they say that we're, like, stuff we don't understand, you're always, like, if you pass somebody on the road and they're cussing and yelling at each other, you'll create a story in your own head out there of what's happening, and you'll have no clue. And the only reason you do that is so you can cope and not have anxiety about what's going on. And so I think that's probably where some of it comes into play. But I like to live in the magical world.
Like, dude, it's still freaky, but like,
sure.
It all can be explained, but, like, all I said is I just want good energy around me, not no bad energy. Like,
oh yeah,
dude, I ain't like no. Y'all give me good vibes. Like, he's been cracking up this whole time, and you've just been listening. So like, shit. Sometimes you need to hear the demons right now. No.
I
heard him. He was right over there.
Dylan's reading some.
And you're only allowed to stay here. And if you're gonna attach yourself to anybody, it's them two, not me. I got too much good energy at home. No.
Yeah, I don't know that old property I lived on. I don't know. It was a good energy. It was just it was a magical. I'll just say it was a magical energy. I heard there was like some nudist clan that lived up the street from us. I never saw them, but I don't know. And then, dude, no, I gotta find this temple. So one night I was tripping because I just got deep in my head thinking about this. And I was looking around me to see who all kind of lived around me. I got to look that up. Because there was this, like, old temple where, like, this secret group comes to meet. And it was, like, a mile up the street from my house.
Like you had a cult.
That could have been. I'm telling you. Like, you could do anything up there in the mountains. It's up on Hutch Mountain. It was, I got to find this place now. Hang on. Let me get off of. Let me make it black and white. Sorry for the pause, but this is good. I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about this. There's probably some secret hideout.
Well, that means if you do talk about it, and you're the first one that exposes it, you're the one that's gonna get all the bad energy from it, my man.
What is? I probably won't be able to find it.
All these motherfuckers
no, it was
here
near
to
my
fucking
house.
visit me. Like, no, it was that guy. They tell on you too. They'll be like, "How'd you find out about this spot?" I'd be like, "The guy on YouTube, man." He pull up the video and everything. Like, he got a business and everything. Next thing you know.
Oh, here it is. Okay, so look, this is where I used to live. It literally that's how close it was to my house. That place in the purple right there.
It sounds like you showed up on the wrong fucking day, like it's it.
And it was literally like a mile behind my old house. It was not a mile. It was like up in the woods. Like I could probably yell. They were probably monitoring me the whole. They're the ones probably sending all this.
He's that guy that's like looking at the computer screen like, He realizes that there's a camera there. And
Look, I'm gonna look
he's
this
doing
place
his
up.
thing.
Like, I
and he
couldn't
puts a fucking blue tape over it. Can't see me now, government.
I looked it up one time because it really tripped me out, and then I could never sleep the same at night. So, but I don't know. They have like no
TV watching me, man.
They have like no internet presence at all. Just some
Hell
typical.
no.
It could be something really good. I don't know, but it just kind of tripped me out.
Hell, it seems like you gotta have Wi-Fi to call 911 anymore.
Oh,
dude,
dude,
it's getting bad.
If the internet went out up there, you were in the dark. Like you were away from society. We moved luckily before the storm hit in September, but like that place had to be out for weeks because like you still couldn't even drive up to that house.
It's because you
like,
didn't buy the
2 weeks later.
$286 a month package from Spectrum. Okay.
We won't talk about Spectrum. I have Spectrum at my house now. They're terrible. Every day my internet goes out.
It fucking goes out and be like, there's already been an outage reported in your area, and you're like, motherfucker, we'll fix it. Dude, I'm telling you, the last time they had to fix it was right beside my house, dude. Like, they had like cones out and like directing traffic and shit. You got that one old lady picking her belly button, fucking just holding a sign. Dude, you guys have the dude over there that looks like cross-eyed and shit. But dude, like, that, when I left for work that morning at like 7, they were out there. And then when I got home at like 5, they were still out there, the same people holding the sign.
Where was
dude.
this at?
Right in front of our house, like right over here, dude. But it told us we'd have an outage, right? And then we still had an outage.
Oh,
when
the
I got
workers
home.
were the ones
Yes, dude, that's what I'm saying. Dude, Spectrum, fuck you. That's all I can say.
All right, so welcome to the
Interesting.
iMAXX podcast. This is episode number 6, and today's guest is Shameful, also known as Chandler Davis. Boom. So yeah, we so now that you've learned my musical process, let's learn his.
Dude, it's hard to have any music conversations when we just been bullshitting.
Oh, dang. We can go wherever you want to go. It's
Well,
been
we
fun.
can go.
That's
It's
what I
his
have fun
fault.
with.
Just know that wherever we've been
Dylan.
going is his fault. And you know what?
Y'all got it started before, and then I just had to keep going with it.
You're right. I don't know. Musical process. Like, say I make a song. Like, if there's a beat playing and I just hear, like, the certain melody in it, I just, like, and it, like, keeps going, and I'm like, and then just words come in my brain.
So you're
dude.
like a vibe track to get started out with?
In any type of
Do you
track.
record that, or are you recording that vibe track, or are you kind of just like all
I'm
in your
just
head
like,
right there?
I'm highlighting the intro at first, like, so I'm highlighting the whole intro. And I listen to it like 50 times, and then like there's words like
Just
it
keep-
sounds crazy, but like it's like the beat tells me what to say.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
not
yeah,
like
yeah.
not like in a weird way, but like when I hear like dun 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 dun, like I hear I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like it just, I don't know. Like it sounds crazy, but yeah, that's how I get it going.
What kind of got you inspired to want to make music?
Juice WRLD.
Juice WRLD, really? So you're newer into the music scene then?
I've only been making music like 3 years, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Well.
Dude, I get decent at what I do, like fast. Anything.
So what was your background before? So let's start from the beginning and then kind of get to where you got to.
Alright.
So what kind of? So there had to be some links creativity, because like I feel like you're a really good artist. I really like your, and for 3 years I think you have some really great songs.
Thank you.
But like creatively, what were you doing? Anything creative before you hopped into music?
Just video editing.
Really?
You know, like doing those little Call of Duty montages.
Ah.
Like that was my creativity, and then like I stopped editing for years after that job. They outsourced the Colombians to work for like not even half our pay, like less than that. I was just like I heard Juice WRLD, and then I like saw a reel that said like some shit like, and I ain't even been doing this shit for blah blah blah. If I can make it, y'all can too. Like it just inspired me. I was like, fuck. I mean, he's right. Like, 'cause you know, whatever goes viral on these internet pages is what goes viral. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, shit, let me try it. And then I made my first song, and I pitched it to, like, Spotify before I uploaded it. And it got, like, into, like, 10, 12 different playlists, and I got, like, 31K on my first song.
What was that first song?
It's called In Too Deep. I don't even like it anymore, but it was probably my realest song that I've ever made, you know, because back then when I made music, it was more, like, inspired by what I was going through.
Mm-hmm.
And then now it's just, like, I need to make a song that, like, sounds like this.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, you know, and I don't have a genre, so.
Yeah, that's one thing
I
I've
can't
noticed.
tell
Like,
you.
you'll go, like, what would you consider your genre? Like, what would you consider your mix? Or are you just kind of...
I don't know, because I do, like, rap, and I do, like, slow, like, hip-hop,
Mm-hmm.
and then fucking trap, and then rap, and then fucking I'm screaming the next song. Like,
I think
there's
that's
no
how
way to describe it, dude.
So, my wife, she went to high school with you. But she was showing me your videos where I guess I don't know how long you've been performing at the Odd, but it was before I went to that show
Probably about
last year.
Yeah, it was probably like a little bit before that.
Yeah, and she was showing me like, yeah, I went to school with this dude. I'm like, dang, dude. And I think you were out there in the crowd. So I would have never. So I guess that was only 1 year in right then.
Yeah.
So I mean, your stage presence and getting out there and everything, I would have never guessed in a million years that was your first year.
The first time I did it, I was just like, man, this is supposed to be a time I'm having fun, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, fuck what people think about me, and that's the only time that I really can, like, channel that energy, like, to be like, I don't give a fuck what you think, I'm gonna have fun, so I just go out and have fun, that's it.
My first time I was up there, I watch the videos now and my arms are all stiff and I'm just kind of, I got my glasses on because I don't know.
It's okay to be nervous, dude, like.
But I like, how do you get your mind prepped to, like, are you kind of like meditating or thinking about your performance at all? Or are you just kind of like blocking it all out?
A ton of anxiety, like, to be honest, and then just like in the moment, like it's like it's like an outer body experience. Like I'm not there. I just like you know, should I be like scared to do in front of other people? Like I feel like I look stupid or like as fuck or something, and I just like go for it, dude. And I just do it without hesitation. Like, it's like, when I'm out there, my mind is, like, completely, like, because I don't meditate, but I don't say, like, in a meditative state that says, like, you do what you want to do and not give a fuck what nobody says. And then I do it, and it's worked out.
And it definitely, like, gets you out of, like, like, you go see everybody, and there might be, like, 1, 2, 3 people stand out to you. And, like, you're definitely one of those acts that are, like, way different than everybody else. And a very memorable, like, performance for sure.
Yeah,
and,
dude.
I mean, you've done really well in those contests that I've seen, so.
Yeah, I got second place and then second place, dude.
You got to shout out to
your
Victor.
boy
You got anything to
Victor.
say? Anything to Victor?
Man, I love you to death. And when you beat me, I was mad for like 1.5 seconds, but there wasn't anybody else that could fucking like even deserve that other than you. So I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you, but I was mad at you for like a second and a half, bro. So just remember that. I love you though.
So how did you get into the Asheville music scene? Like, how did you find out about it, and how did you start performing out there?
A friend from here was like, why don't you start performing, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I didn't know anything about it. And then he, like, told me the open mics, and then I think I started at Cafe Kana. Mm-hmm. There's a lot going on with there, like, I'm sure you know, but I ain't gonna say it. But I'm just telling you, that dude gave me weird vibes from the beginning. First off, but and then it was the odd, and I probably performed at like 25 open mics before I even like stopped trying. Like not stopped trying, but I missed a week just to like take a week off
straight
for my mental
25
health.
weeks.
Dude, at least I went every single week. It might not have been 25, but it was definitely going up to 20.
Yeah, Dirty Hippie, he was on the show a couple weeks ago.
That's
and
my
he was
boy.
saying that you got him to go over there. So
Yeah,
I guess y'all went to school together too?
No, it's just we ended up seeing each other on Facebook, and he saw us performing, and he's like, he just hit me up. He's like, hey man, where are you performing at? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, hey, there's an open mic every Wednesday. Blah 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 blah. But I was still kind of new into it, and then he started coming, and he didn't stop coming either.
Oh yeah.
Like me and him both like kind of like just kept performing every week, no matter if there was 50 people there or like 3. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just did it. And we didn't give a fuck. We performed the same way if there's 2 people there or 2,000.
Yeah. Well, I think you can learn a lot more with like 2-5 people hanging out, because like it allows you to almost get a little freer and kind of test some things out and see how everybody's reacting.
Dude, I still don't get mad if nobody shows up. Like, I just...
Because it's always practice.
It's good
always
practice. And you're, like, on the stage already. You like, the mics are on. Like, you're just like, all right, well, let me try it out. So It never bothered me to perform in front of, like, nobody versus a lot of people.
And I feel like if you do blow up and you make it, like if you don't have all that practice with 1 or 2 people there, then if your first ever performance is in front of like 100,000 people, how are you gonna know what to do?
You gonna walk out and go, no shit. That's what you gonna do. Tell you that.
So kind of staying on the origins of Shameful, what was the first song that ever blew your mind? And was it a Juice WRLD song?
No, I mean, Juice WRLD definitely influenced me like a ton because he could say the way that I felt that I could never say. But it's probably like a Red Hot Chili Pepper song, dude. Like back in the day. So I don't know, that whole album. I remember I was in preschool and like they let us bring our CDs in to play the music, and I brought the one Red Hot Chili Peppers album that's like a bomb that went off or whatever. I can't remember. It's probably got all their like hits on it, you know what I'm saying? So, and they're like, I remember the last thing that my teacher said to me. She's like, "Thanks for bringing your Red Hot Chili Peppers CD, Chandler." And now when I'm older, I'm like, God damn, because it was the explicit one too. Like they still played it, dude. But I'm just like, what the fuck?
I guess I can going into, I don't know what song first blew my mind. Like really in the rap world, it was probably, I didn't really start listening to rap a whole lot until high school, and it was whenever like the smartphones were first coming out and you could jailbreak and get all this free music.
Right.
And I had an Android and I downloaded some free music app, and I had just like I listened to Eminem growing up a little bit.
If you tell me a Soulja Boy, I might trip you.
Yeah. No, definitely I definitely hopped on that train in middle school.
Everybody did, dude.
But no, I had this app. I jailbroke, and I had just like Eminem had just dropped Relapse, and so I love that album. And so I went and I just downloaded every free song that I could off of that album, and Elevator. The Eminem song Elevator was probably the one that kind of stood out to me at first, and then like inspired me that I could do this too.
Nah, but...
And then I didn't really grow out of Eminem until...
I mean,
maybe,
until he stopped making these, like, weird-ass hits that he makes, dude. That's when.
Yeah.
Because, you know, all of his, like, hit songs are, like, they're kind of weird, you know
well, like, as a kid, you don't understand what he's saying. And then you grow up and you re-listen to the stuff you used to listen to all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Mockingbird,
probably.
Yep.
That's a good one to listen to. And that, like... It's the tears don't fall, whatever.
When I'm gone, just carry on.
Yeah, when I'm gone,
Yeah.
That one's a good one to listen back to. And then we're like, and then when I got to that fucking Soulja Boy,
no, I think the name is Stiffen the Upper Lip. So no, I don't remember the name of the song. I'm butchering it.
Dude, but I remember like Crank That when it came out, dude. Everybody was freaking out, losing their mind. That's the only dance that we was at this high school dance, and that's
Who else
great.
was out there? Young Jock. Meet me in the club.
Jock, fucking Mike Jones.
Yeah.
Mike
and then
Jones.
that song just popped back up, got popular again off of like Reels.
Dude,
like what was that last year? It was going on.
There's some good old songs that everybody's
it's like you just forget about them after.
Like I grew up listening to like Pretty Ricky, fucking Soulja Boy, Young Jock, like you said, Mike Jones, Pastor Troy, and all of them, dude. Like I had a little ghetto stepdad that thought he wore a fucking, like, one of them fucking, what do they call? Not a bandana, but a fucking... no, wasn't
like the Tupac thing?
Yes, fucking
but, like, I don't know what they're called.
Yeah, me neither, dude. I feel stupid. Yeah, but he was wearing one of those, like... But back then, like, that's different now if you're wearing anything like that. Like, dude, it's way different. But, like, back then, when I looked at him, I was like... My mom got with a goofy ass dude, you know what I'm saying?
And like the style back then, like I watch old videos, and you thought everybody looked so cool, but their shirts are like five times
and their
too
pants
big.
are like hanging out that far past their fucking
like
legs.
the shorts
dude.
are like you barely
Like,
see their ankles. But everybody was doing that.
hey,
dude.
but
It
Soulja
was,
Boy and them, they're the people that did that. Hey, they made it popular, so
For sure.
kudos to them, bro. I ain't made shit popular yet, so
yeah. And I'm glad that the music, like it's a good and bad thing, like the way the music world is kind of changing now. It's like, I don't know, I feel like you can get a hit song now, but you're only going to get so many people that actually hear that song, but it could be like the number one song, but there's so much music and so many different ways to hear music now. It's like, in the way you get popular now is on Reels and everything.
yeah,
And,
Reels, TikTok, all that. Like, dude, I've paid for promotion on my Facebook, TikTok, everything. I think the most I got on a video is like 15K or something like that, 13, 15. I can't remember, but it's somewhere in that range. And like, I think 900 likes, but like, dude, I had to pay to get it to that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's like if you get something that starts going organically, it's like they automatically stop it unless you put some money on it. Because I had one, for me, I did one at Christmas time, and I did for that, my newest song, Ready for War. And like in the first 30 minutes, it was the most views I've gotten in 30 minutes, but it was like 200 in my like when you look at the analytics, like that thing is just going up. And then after it hit 200 views, it just stopped. I'm like, there ain't no, and it was getting likes and everything. And like the retention and everything was good. And I'm like, how's that thing going to stop like that? And then it ended up getting maybe like now another 100 views. And it's like, that pissed me off.
Yeah, dude, every time you get fast views, I'm sure, like, because they know, like, oh shit, he got that so fast. Like, he probably paid a little $20 to promote it.
Yeah,
He's seen it,
yeah.
Like,
And then all you see is that reel, boost this post, and then
yeah, and it makes you look a certain type of way, and I'm just, I don't know.
yeah.
But dude, I ain't promoted. Like, I used to promote my TikTok a lot, and I think I probably got like close to 3K or so on TikTok.
Followers?
Yeah. I mean, my YouTube, I have like 4.5K.
We just hit 100 subscribers, so thank
Fuck
you for
yeah,
dude.
Dude, I think 1,000 real, like, by the end of the year. It's legit. It can happen, dude.
Well, I have learned, like, when I started making music is, like, when I started dropping music, the first song, I didn't even have a YouTube or nothing, so I dropped it on my buddy's SoundCloud. And you can still find that song called My Dream under Travis Sperry. But that was the first song I dropped, and then I had this girlfriend, and she didn't like that I made music, and I didn't know who I was yet, and so, like, I made music, but I didn't make music. I didn't put nothing out.
Yeah, and then, but don't listen to them women.
Oh yeah,
man.
for sure.
Never.
Younger Max, but I learned after time. And then we break up, and then I'm like, okay, I'm free. So then I just started dropping all that I could. And kind of like before the show, we were talking about the computers. I had this computer, and I wanted to drop music every day. And I dropped maybe like 5 songs in 2016, 2017 range. But I would have put out way more. But that computer would only last for like 30 minutes, and then it would just fry. And then after that, it'd only be 5 minutes at a time. So like every time you got the perfect vocals put down, it would like fry right in the middle of it, and then you would lose to the last autosave. And and then I started doing it on the iPad, and then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna finally get me a good computer. And I got the Mac Mini sitting over there.
So what do you record with now?
So now I use my MacBook Pro, and I got an AKG. I still got my original AKG microphone with
you
the
like that high end on it, huh? The high end on AKG, it makes it sound like there's air, but it complements the vocals well.
I need all the help I can get.
Dude, I'm telling you, these mics you got right now.
Yeah, I've played around with these a little bit with some music.
Yeah, but it's going to sound more professional. But sounding more professional is also like your old mixes when you have the worst mic. You done fixed your vocals.
You already, yeah.
You done fixed them up, and you're like, and then
you
when
got
you
all
hear
the
that
right
on the new
shields
mic,
around it.
Yeah, like you got your EQ and everything, but then when you put in a new mic that sounds like actually good. Like, dude, it just fucks the whole thing. I'd be like, God damn it, I worked so hard on this shit. But no, dude, it's worth the work, though. You definitely need to start recording with, like, this or something.
Yeah, I've played around with it a little bit. And do you freestyle any?
That's the only way I make songs, but, like, gotta have a good vibe to it.
Okay, so, like, in my process of music, when I get stuck in writer's block, or if I'm just like, because I use music a lot for like my therapy to get whatever's going on out there, and all the stress and everything, I just go pour it into music. And a lot of times, I'm sure you know, like, you just can't figure out what you want to say. So I just let it come pouring out, and I'll just go find like 5 beats, and I won't listen to them, and I'll just go plug them in. I'll just find one I like the picture to, and then I'll throw them in, and then I'll just hit record and record all 5 songs.
That's a good idea, bro. I'm telling you.
And it gets me out of that writer's block. Sometimes I still won't make a song that night, or I won't like any of them, but it's pretty fun. It helps me. I made a whole album one night with it, and I want to drop it, but I want to go tweak the...
I think I heard that in the one with Hippie.
Yeah.
Like that, yeah.
But,
I thought you was crazy when you said that. I was like, nah, he didn't. That motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying? Dylan was with me that night. He was with me probably on the first ever Rap Roulette, which, it's...
Yeah, we're going to do it.
So if you're
because
down,
I want to be the first person in a while, so let's just get something good.
Dylan, come say hello to the camera.
Yeah, come on, Dylan.
Right here. Uh-oh, we got to fix the hair.
You got to fix his hair.
How's it going?
How y'all doing?
That's a man right
That
there.
way they know we're not talking to a ghost sitting over here. He's actually in the room.
Yeah, we've been talking about it already, man. I don't know. There might be one.
Oh, dang. So
I
what
heard
influenced
that
you
door
to make
shut.
music? Oh, is the voices in the attic talking to me. Oh. So kind of like one thing I have noticed about your music and everything, you get into that's would you call it screamo? I don't want to mislabel it.
I don't know. I can't tell
So,
you. Trap
how does that?
metal.
Where does that come from? Like, where do you get that energy? And then actually, like, not just to record the song, but to perform that live and keep
Being an emo kid as a kid, like after I got that, dude, like if you don't listen to half my music, I'm like always going fly, like how the emo people do it, dude. Like I still put it in there.
And that, like, does that come like because you're just wanting to have fun with the music? You don't really have no set agenda.
Yeah,
going in
well,
there and
like
you
I
just-
said, everything comes from my brain where I'm like outside, like like I'm just like I hear that in my brain.
and then you just gotta.
Yeah.
I'll get them things in my head, and then I try to lay it down, and then it's just I always butcher it. But I'll try to get some.
Yeah,
flows
but
in
how
there,
many tries you giving it?
That's a.
You
Well,
gotta give
lately,
it some
honestly, I
tries.
don't know. So, like, I used to, like, when I first started making music, it would take me like 6 months to make one song because I tried to make every lyric perfect, and then I tried to make it perfect, and it was all monotone because I didn't have none of that organic behind it because I've done it 40,000 times. And then last year, I had a studio night with just V Flow, and we made a song in like 2 hours, and I was like, I didn't know that was possible. And so since then, literally everything I've made has been like within 2 to 4 hours. And I've just been, and then like I don't want to mess with that song. Now, if I'm going to drop it, I'll make it that night. A couple weeks later, I'll go edit it, put some different stuff on it. But
Right.
I don't like playing with it too much after that first night.
I'm in the same boat. That's
But I've
why
gotten trapped there, and it's
yeah.
like, I don't know. I want to try to put some effort into some new stuff, but I just haven't had the that willpower to do it like I used to.
Well, you might want to get it if you want a good song.
That's true. That's
Telling you
true.
that.
But yeah, I'm working. I don't know. I'm kind of finding myself as I'm finding who I am now as an artist compared to who I was. I don't know.
I'm still finding who I am, dude. Like I said, I have no genre, no nothing. So
Do you have any albums out?
fuck no, I will never release an album
So you just like
until I get
sticking to the-
signed.
So you like sticking to the singles?
Yeah, because think about it. You get an album out, one song gets like 10K, one song gets 500.
Yeah.
The rest in there like
then-
that, under 1K range. Like, think about if executive comes to you and being like, "Well, I see you can't sell albums, but your singles do good," so they lowball you. Yeah, because they'll use your numbers against you. So I'm no. Fucking, I dare somebody come at me with an offer, dude, because I'm not gonna just take, because like say look, they're like 80K for a year, like, bitch, I already make 80K doing what I'm doing, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that little 80K ain't gonna help you. So
So what's like out of all your music, do you have a favorite song that you like? That's your favorite that you've made?
D&D, and I
That-
perform
that's
it all the
definitely
time, dude.
That's my favorite song. That's the one that got me hooked on your music.
Put
I'll
my
sing that
heart
song
on
all the time.
D&D.
Like no lie. I'll just call
Yeah,
Dylan and
but
start singing it.
It used to be Happily Ever After, which Happily Ever After, I probably made that shit in like 20 minutes. Like, I spent 20 minutes on that song, and I had everything. It just came straight out. Like, I don't know how I did it. It just happened.
Yeah.
Maybe it was the demon in the corner speaking to me. I don't know.
Just
But
took your hand
angel, not demon. Fuck that.
Yeah, no demon.
But now like when I was performing that song, like it got to that one that like fucking the whole crowd sings along to, and then it became D&D after that. Yeah.
Did your fans ever butcher it and you're like, please don't sing it like that? Or do you enjoy it when everybody's just singing it?
Dude, I'll fall. Dude, I fell twice performing because I'm going so crazy. Like, I just don't care, dude. But when I did fall, you know what everybody did? They just picked me back up
and you just
kept singing, dude. Like dude.
One thing I've learned is, like, and I tell myself, so before I perform, because, like, I'm going to have my glitches, you're going to have your mess-ups, right? And it's just like, look, it don't matter about the mess-ups. You just got it. When you do, just keep pushing on. No matter what happens, you just got to keep pushing through.
Yeah, but that goes back to my mindset. Like, when I'm performing, like, fuck what anybody thinks. So if I fall, I'd laugh at myself. I'd be like,
pop back up.
Stupid ass. And then I'll get back up and then just keep going. And, like, everybody seems like it never happened. There's only one time that I fell out from performing it was a scream. It was like a scream that I did. And what I did is I, like, got down on my knee, or, like, towards my knees, and I was like, and, like, I lifted my head real fast. All the blood that was in my head apparently, like, rushed out, as well as I was pushing on a very long scream. And then, like, next thing you know, like, once I put my head back down, I was like, everything just was, like, spinning. And I was like, oh, shit. And then I, like, went down off of a speaker that was probably about this tall. I fell off of it. And then I was trying to catch myself and just play it off, just like I jumped down. And next thing you know, like, my arms wouldn't even work to, like, and, you know, I skateboarded for, like, fucking, like, 12 years, dude. So I know, like, when you're falling, you fucking catch yourself. But my arms were stuck like this when I was falling.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you finish the show?
When I came conscious, I just heard that my song was playing, and I was just kept going.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
It was wild, dude. But, like, I just, like, and I was looking at, like, some of my friends in the crowd. I was like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I literally, like, fell face first and, like, smacked my head.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I have, like, a million questions. Boom, boom, boom. And I don't want to get too, like, just questions and answer, because I like having the free flow.
I mean, we had a long amount of just
we had
the
a great
regular
intro.
talk. So.
Dylan, you got to start
I don't
coming
mind
early
questions.
on all the shows. Get the things set. So describe yourself. We talked about sound. So it's like the next question would be so when you first started making music, how has your song developed and came to what it sounded like now?
Mainly just flow-wise and, like, making sure, like, because back then, you know, when you use a little bit of auto-tune, like, you can get away with it sometimes. But, like, now I make sure my notes are on key instead of just, like, letting it go, like, blue. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
trying to hold the...
Yeah. I use auto-tune now for, like, the purposes of making it just pop a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but I make sure I'm on key. So it sounds good, but...
See, I haven't figured out the keys yet. I gotta work on that.
If you buy the auto tune from Antares, there's auto keys, so you just can, like, click.
And you can see what you're in.
Yeah, you can see what key the song's in that you're supposed to be singing in, and then send that to your auto tune. Yeah.
Oh.
You gotta know what key the song's in, not what you're singing in. You know what I'm saying?
See, that's my problem.
Yeah.
I just put the same presets on every song. And
yeah.
Then I tweak it and I try to sound it.
Change the auto tune.
That's why some of the songs probably I don't know. I need to learn music theory.
That's why some of the songs go. Like, you sound like Lil Baby instead of. You know what I'm saying?
True.
I mean, his song is there. I mean, he's made it doing that, but like when he's like talking, be like, I just been, but you hear like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is like fucking waves, dude. You can't use auto-tune as a crutch, not like a solution. So you got to be able to sing right to make it sound right with auto-tune.
What was it, the Masked Singer a couple years ago? And T-Pain, no one knew it was him, and he, like, won the Masked Singer, and he pulled the mask off, and it was T-Pain, like, no way, because no one had heard him sing without auto-tune. But he was, like, a great singer.
I mean, there was videos of him singing without it, but, like, who looks those up? They just know T-Pain from his,
especially from like back in the day, like no one really remembers. I know, like the internet definitely wasn't as popular then.
Yeah, but the worst they could say back then was, I don't know, he uses auto-tune, like a or synthesizer or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But shit, he made it popular.
So here's a question that me and Victor was talking to this guy today, VFlow. We were talking earlier today, and he asked me this question. This had me thinking all day. But this guy asked him, because he's trying to work with some people on some music stuff, and the guy asked him, "What is your desire with music, and why are you making it?" Have you ever thought about that? Like, what's your real desire? Like, why? What draws you? What's your end goal? Like,
just honestly to feel alive. Like, when I'm not being creative, like, I just feel like I'm on this cycle of not just only depression, but like I'm in this cycle of like you're just doing the shit you have to do because you have to. Like, you gotta think outside the box sometimes.
not having that freedom.
And like, yeah, you think outside the box sometimes. You're like, wait, what about me? And then people call you selfish for it. They'll call you like selfish and fucking like you only care about yourself. Like you're a sociopath because you want to do something you want to do. So it was hard for me to break out of that shell of like I can actually do this by myself, and like I could take my time for myself, but like that's the problem these days is people don't
take no time at all. Like I know I'll find myself, especially with work and trying to run the business.
I mean, when you got to work, wife, and kids, there's not much time for yourself.
And so it's like if like now if I like it might be a rare Friday night, Saturday night here or there that I get like the whole evening. But if I'm really wanting to try to get in the studio and make something, it's 10 p.m. or later.
Yeah,
and then like
we're getting old, dude. Like it's
fucking
time to go to bed.
I gotta get those 8 to 10 hours a night.
Exactly. You feel fucking tired, dude.
I hate my old self because he took too much advantage of not being able to sleep.
Yeah, same, dude. I'd sleep for like 2-3 hours before I went to work.
I remember when I was putting music out in 2019 a lot, like I was, which that wasn't too long ago, but I guess that's 6 years now. But like then I would work all day and I'd get home, I'd work on my paperwork stuff when we were trying to get the business off the ground. And I'd work till about 10 at night, from like 7 in the morning to 10 at night every day. But once that clock hit 9, 10 o'clock, I was studio. Boom. And then I'd be in the studio till like 12 at the earliest and 3 a.m. almost every night. And then I'd get like 3 or 4 hours. And then I'd go to work and do it. And that was 6 to 7 days a week, like every week. And now, if I stay up past 11, I feel like an old man in the morning.
Exactly,
I need to get a couple more minutes.
I went to work. I think I got to work at 3:30 this morning or something like that. Dude, I'm fucking tired, dude. But, hey, this is for me. Like, I knew coming out having a conversation with you would work out well. So I was like, man, I got to do that.
I was watching the Joe Rogan podcast today, and he had, it was the episode he put out yesterday. Well, who was that guy? This goes good with what you're talking about. Of course, my kids have watched a million videos on YouTube today, so my history's not helping.
Dude. Today's age is iPads and fucking.
We try to avoid the iPad, but then they watch the TV, and we don't really have cable or nothing. We just have like YouTube and Netflix.
That's what I do.
And so they just keep watching. They like the Monster Jam, the Mace TV.
And my kids my one kid likes monster trucks.
Oh yeah,
sometimes we'll.
It's made me like them again. I'm into all the different ones and
dude,
trying to collect them out.
I'll be looking up videos for him, like 4x4s, like trying to get through some mud or some shit, or we'll look up a mudding contest, dude. It's so fucking great.
But the guy that was on Joe Rogan yesterday was Robert Rodriguez, and what were you just talking about right before that? Because staying up late. So he was talking about like he's a movie editor, and he like made Spy Kids 3D, and he's talking about the creative process on that whole episode. It's a great podcast about the creative experience and the creative process. But he was talking about like when he gets into video editing compared to like writing the movies out or whatever. He's like, I'll get tired and I can't keep writing. But like when you get stuck behind that video and you're just editing, you can be up for 3 days in a row, and you don't really even realize, and you're so excited to just see what's going to happen next, because you don't really know what's going to happen next, because you're creating, you have all the reels or all the tapes and everything ready and uploaded, but you don't know how that's going to pan out. And it's like, at least in my experience, which I know you've done a lot more video editing, but like it's so much fun. Like that night me and Dylan made our first video, it was like I just like you kept seeing these little things and these little glitches, and it just worked out perfectly.
Just a simple fucking zooming in the camera looks good. You know what I'm saying?
And it's like it's just it's cool how it just keeps calling, and you keep seeing those little things like that. It's but he was talking about like how you can literally stay up for 3 days and not even notice you've been awake, and then you like try to stand up and you fall over because you're so stiff from being in one spot.
I ain't never done that. I get way too anxious when I get really tired. I'm like, fuck. So
what got you into video editing, by the way?
I don't know. Like I used to be like in clans for like Call of Duty trick shotting, like, you know, playing call and like, you know what I'm saying, doing the like trick shot and shit. And then all of a sudden, like trying to find people to edit my montages, I was like, bitch, I could do that. And then I started doing that, and I got like way better at editing than I was like a trick shotter. So I was like, I might start that.
So, then, like, actually making, like, video edits, you got better at the video game itself, is what you said?
No, I got better at the video editing in the game. And, like, there was certain shit people were doing, like, and I couldn't keep up with trick shotting wise. I was like, man, I can't do this shit. Like, I only have a certain amount of time to do this with my kids. Yeah. So, like, I was like, fuck, I can't learn all that shit, like, in a day. Like, there's a kid that could spend a whole day trying a certain trick shot and, like, perfecting it. You know what I'm saying? And me, I'm sitting here, like, at night just doing the same shit I've always been doing, you know what I'm saying? And then I was like, but I could edit pretty cool. And then I stopped joining teams as players because I was in, like, back in the day, a lot of, like, bigger time, like, trick shotting clans because I was pretty good. Don't tell me you see a ghost.
No,
I seen your face.
I was in the middle of a burp. I was just checking the cameras.
I was in these trick shotting clans, and then all of a sudden I was just like, man, I could probably make it as an editor. So I switched my identity so people didn't know it was me because like a lot of people knew me as a player, but then I came through as this editor. Like starting off in small teams. And
isn't it crazy? Like just like giving yourself a title like that can change your whole mindset of who you are.
It did, and I only told my 2 closest friends that were in the trick shotting community that it was me. So,
because like whenever I started, like when I first started making music, I didn't really consider myself an artist. I didn't really understand that, and then I started performing, and I'm like, look, these other guys, the biggest difference is they believe they're an artist, and all I gotta really do is just believe, because I'm already an artist, and I'm not trying to be an artist. I might be becoming an artist, but I'm already an artist, and then just that one thought clicking. I'm an artist, and boom, then everything you start seeing how everything relates and clicks into each other. Just off of that one word, you're telling yourself that's what it is. Like, I am this now, and then, I don't know, I get fascinated.
I agree. Nah, it's all like your self-talks and knowing your self-worth, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what you're worth.
For sure.
Like, but a lot of us sell ourselves short on what we're worth, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. And, like definitely like self-talk and those doubts, and it probably comes like, I mean, I had to overcome a lot of that, like just doubting who I am and stuff, like, and it takes a lot of discipline to keep trying to. Once
you get through the self-doubt and like the thoughts of like, say you're however old you are, I think you're 30, 31, I think 32, I heard it. 32, shit.
Yeah,
I'm 30, I'm 30.
Getting,
but like just use like hearing you on the podcast that I've watched, like saying like everybody has doubts about what they're doing. Imagine like trying to tell people you're a 32-year-old podcaster. Like they're gonna be like, "Man, fucking grow up." Like, getting past those thoughts of people saying shit like that, or like, "Why do you still make music? You're like 30." I'm like,
and that's definitely when you hear a lot. Yeah, as you keep getting older, like everybody's like, "Oh, you're still making music, grow up." It's like, man, I'm gonna live my life. I'm sorry if you have to live in this perfect little box and try to impress everybody.
That's the thing you gotta get over is being perfect. You gotta be you and like figure out what you like. And then you do what you gotta do, no matter what anybody says. Like, no matter what thoughts you had, like, oh shit, I'm too old for this shit, blah, 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 blah. And then you watch back videos of you performing or something, and you're like embarrassed. You're like, fuck, blah, blah, blah. You gotta get through all that because the only way to be an artist is to fuck up and then make yourself better.
Oh, yeah.
But you can't
Don't read the comments.
Yeah, fuck, I'll read the comments. I don't give a fuck. Like, shit, I know I liked it, and I know I've listened to it at least probably, like, 300 times before I release it, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. I like that confidence for sure.
Yeah, no, like, just, you gotta put yourself in a bubble of, like, fuck what people think. Like, there's somebody out there that's gonna be like, get a job, or, like, fucking, like, you're too old for this, or blah, blah, blah. You can't listen to that shit.
What
like,
was that?
You gotta fucking do what you want to do. Like, that's the only way you're gonna, like, be comfortable in life, man. I keep hearing some shit.
It's just a playback.
Fuck,
So like, threw me off right there.
way to ruin a good moment, dude.
We'll try right there. So me and Dylan dropped To the Top. Yep, that was the name of it. And so I made a bunch of reels for it. My favorite comment that I got was, "Look at he's white boy wasting that track." I'm like,
That's actually pretty good, dude.
so I just gotta keep laughing, cause like no joke, when I first started putting stuff out, like, and I was trying to get my stuff out there, this was before like all the reels became so popular, and like I would put it on all those rap pages on Facebook, and you could get some views and get some feedback. But then everybody's like, I'd do a feature, and they'd be like, oh, the person singing on that song's doing great, but Max, you suck. Fuck you. Da 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 da. I'm like, I don't want no one to hear my music. No joke. It took me like probably 6 months before I put something else out. But then after that, I just like, look, it don't matter what. I don't even know these people, and they like if they saw me in person, they're not gonna say that to your face.
Yeah,
and they're just acting.
They're gonna walk up to you and like, hey, you're the guy from that reel, right? And like, yeah, it's me. You'd be like, good shit, homie. Like, dude, people are pussy in real life. I'll tell you that.
It's so like one thing. This was the craziest. I was on the phone. Like I have so many memories of Dylan, but I was on the phone with Dylan. I was driving home one day, and everybody gets so big and bad in their vehicles, right? And this dude was bright lighting the crap out of me. So I stopped in the middle of a 4-lane road and let him go, and then I just rode his butt the whole way up there, and then I started flashing my lights back at him because I get road rage. I need to probably work on that. But I'm just flashing my lights at him. I'm like 2 feet off his bumper because I really don't care if I hit him. And he slams on his brakes in the middle of the 4-lane road, hops out of his truck, comes and starts yelling at me. And like the whole time, I'm like, okay, yeah, what's up, dude? You really want to do something? And then he just shakes his head and walks back to his truck. And it's like, you got all that adrenaline. You felt so big and bad in your truck, and then you get out, and then it just...
The confidence wears off, dude.
Like, bro.
I keep
but I was on the phone with you that night.
I keep it going with 2 clips in my car.
Well, I kind of pulled it up, and I was kind of holding it. I don't know if he saw it or not, but I don't know. I'm not gonna fight. I'd get too.
Sure, I love fight. Like I love like the art of like boxing and MMA. Like
you ever get into that?
Because I'm like smart. Yeah, because I just want to know that I'm smarter than you. Like so like. You're just like out here swinging all, and I'm just like picking you off. Like, nah.
See, I've been wanting to get into something. I
it's
tried
fun,
jiu-jitsu.
But it's a lot of dedication, buddy.
Oh yeah, I tried jiu-jitsu in 2023.
I went
for like 3 months.
Class.
I went for 3 months, and I loved it. It was just like you said, it was a huge commitment, and then with kids and business and everything, it was just like I don't want to add another thing to my plate right now. Yeah, but I want to get back into it.
See what I did? I walked in from my first boxing class. Like that new place that I was going to, and then it ended up not being that day, even though it said it was that day. And then I got into I started doing some jiu-jitsu, and I fucking threw it. I just straight up, dude. I'm like, motherfucker, I can't do 3 5-minute rounds when I just came off the couch. Like
they throw you right in on your first
dude,
time.
Yeah,
like,
they gave me some like fucking.
I don't have no background in this at all.
They gave me some fucking spastic ass dude. He's like fucking. And like I got him down, and like I had his head between here like a standing guillotine, but like on the ground. And then next thing you know, I was cranking on it, and then his head just slipped through, and then I was already dead tired, dude.
Well, that's the problem with like working all day and then going at night. It's like, man, I ain't got the energy for this.
Exactly. But
I can't go to the
that little man, like, dude. I say little man, and I'm not like short as fuck, but like. Little man, I mean like skinny little dude, like fucking, he fucked me up after that because I was gassed.
I got mad one time, and like the dude I was wrestling with could tell I was mad, and like it was in Nashville, so everybody's like, oh, you gotta make sure we're not getting angry with each other. And I wasn't mad at him, I was just mad I couldn't learn this stupid move. And he kind of gets off, he's like, dude, what's your problem? Like, I'm not mad at you, I've had a stressful day at work, and now I can't pick up this easy move right here. And then yeah, it was awkward after that because he thought I was getting pissed off at him, and I was just mad at myself.
Fuck him, buddy. Fuck him.
But
he'll be alright. He'll live to see another day.
Oh.
Tell you that.
So kind of like on stage, off stage presence. You feel like you're the same person off stage, or do you kind of find yourself?
I mean, buddy, you see it. Like what you see is what you get. I just don't. like, I understand, like, people, like, put on characters and shit, but,
Mm-hmm.
like, for me, I'm just like, I can't do that. I'm already a character enough, dude. Like, if they don't like me for who
I
I
feel
am,
like
fuck them.
that's yeah. Like, which I mean, sometimes I guess you put on different masks here or there, but I try to keep that mask
Yeah.
as subtle as possible, and because I feel like everybody's just trying to. I don't know. I don't. The only people I want to make sure that like me is my family, my kids, my
Correct.
wife, and if we can all love and live together, then
As long as your
like,
kids
I
are
don't
proud
know.
of you, that's
Yeah.
dude. That's my biggest goal, and make sure that they like don't look at
And
me
like
I'm
one
a
of my
piece
biggest
shit,
goals
you know,
raising them
man.
is to like let them know because I felt like especially like growing up in the '90s and everything, and I just it
Way
definitely
different
wasn't as free of time to live. I don't feel like.
now.
And then like it's like social media hits, COVID hits, and all, and like after COVID, like the whole world just like I don't even know. So going back to the beginning on the lucid dreams, I'm almost convinced that since COVID, this is all still a dream that I'm stuck in. But
I think we here right now, so like
I don't know. I have to check myself every
Yeah,
once in
we're
a while.
good.
But like
Nah.
it's like the whole world. I don't know what happened, but like everything, because I guess everybody flocked to the internet instead of like regular like news, and I don't know. Everybody was trapped in their
I
house
don't
for
listen
so
to
long.
regular news
And then-
either.
Yeah.
Shit's bullshit.
And I'm glad it exposed everything, but it's just like, what all did they lie about before?
lot.
Like almost everything I feel like we were taught, 95% of it is all just propaganda, bullcrap that we were taught our whole life. And now we're having to relearn that. And then, like, my problem is, like, how do I teach my kids? What do I know? Like, you know?
Yeah, but does your kids bring home some homework, ask for help, and you look at it like, what the fuck? Because it shows, like, a situation at the top, like a problem that's an example, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you like, that ain't even how we did it. You know what I'm saying? Because math's different now, dude. It's like,
I haven't
know.
quite. My one kid's he's about to start kindergarten this year, so I haven't quite got to the homeschool.
I think since 3rd grade, I've had problems with their math because they do it way different now. She's like, no, Daddy, that's not how you do it. You do it like this. I'm like, that's like 15 more steps. I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
It's fucking wild, dude.
And I'm sure, like, because my sister, she was graduating in 2020 when COVID hit. So she was one of them, like, she only went to school for half the year. And then the rest of the year was, like, on the internet. And, like, I don't know. I don't know. I've noticed, like a lot of younger people, and I'm not taking jabs, but, like, it's like they don't, like, it's like they almost don't know how to read stuff and complete or write and complete.
Correct.
Like, especially, like, trying to email people. And it's like.
Do you remember how to write cursive, though?
I do.
I know most of the parts, but there's still
No, I can't
some
say
words.
like if you put me to the test. I can write my name for sure still in cursive, but
Everybody can write the motherfucking
the-
name.
the
Come
S.
on now.
the S.
I'm
I
in
don't
a
know.
full sentence.
I don't know. It's been a
Like
day or
the
two.
M and the N's, like it
Well, see,
seems
the M is always easy because my name's Max, so I always remember the M.
but the lowercase n is like an M,
Yep.
and I just like I always thought I was writing it right, but then I see other people writing it
You're
a
having-
different way, and
You're
I'm
making
like,
me have flashbacks
fuck.
to first grade. I'm
Dude,
remembering
fuck
the teacher.
first grade, dude.
Back in the 90s, I went to Fletcher Elementary and at the old one, and I just remember them old Mac computers with like the blue color,
Dude,
like
nah,
the see-through
yeah.
ones. Man, if you had one of them now, they're worth so much money. But
Yeah, I wish, dude.
they're crazy. But I remember that, and I thought that was the coolest piece of technology ever. And now we have the iPad and the.
Yeah, when
everything
they
else.
changed to the touch screens, dude, I started pushing on it real quick, and I seen it was like fucking making pretty colors. I'm like, fucking what? And then busted through a whole new computer screen that they just got. And then I walked
when
away.
they first started making them, they were so soft. When you
Yeah, no, they
Yeah.
blamed somebody
Like, I
else, and
remember
then
that.
they called me, and I was like, only had 2 days left,
Mm-hmm.
of that school, because I was in Inca in Asheville, and I was moving back here, and probably going to Flat Rock, I think. But yeah, I did that, and like my last day that I was at school, I spent in ISS, dude.
I shared a couple moments in there for sure.
Dude, ISS at Flat Rock was easy. That man, I don't know what the fuck he was doing, but dude, you didn't go to Flat Rock, did you? You did? You remember what's his name, Mr. He's that Hispanic guy. But you know what I'm saying? Like, he was like old, short, Hispanic guy, dude. He didn't give a fuck what you did, dude. It was not like ISS. It was like a fucking.
It depended on who was in there that day. It was fun. Or, then you get like the substitute to be in ISS, and then they had to be all strict with you. And
That's because they ain't made it yet. They just a substitute. You know what I'm saying? They gotta prove they're worthy.
True.
I want to say I had Coach Pierce in ISS at one time. You remember that?
I don't. I just remember because I was in football, like after the last 2 years. No, it was the ball guy, coach. Well, his wife worked at the school too, I think, or at another school. I forget. You know the ball guy though, right? I told him one day because like I went from like 135 bench, and for like my freshman year, I went from 135 as my first max to the next, like when they check again, I was like 235 at my bench, and I just made a comment. I was like, "Yeah, coach, tell him steroids I'm taking." He's like, looking me up and down. I'm like, and I was just kidding, dude. I was just kidding. Like, dude, I got, I think, $50 out of this kid that came over. Like, he wanted to box. Like, he wanted to learn how to box. So I had 2 gloves. I was like, we'll come through. I'd already been drinking that day. I was like, ready to roll. And he ended up showing up, and, we boxed, we did everything. It started getting dark. He's like, whoa, we're done. It's just getting dark. You know what I'm saying? He's a cool kid, David. Shout out, man. But then we went to a gym, and I was like, I bet you $50 I could still throw at 205. And then he's like, all right, cool. So I put on like 135, 175, and then I think I threw on a plate and a 25. And then I put it up. I was like, shit, that's easy. I was like, how about we have the steaks, and I'll go to 225. And the first time, when you're maxing, you're like, pushing it, barely moved. His ass grabbed it real quick. I'm like, you can't do that. Let me push it, dude. Until it starts coming back down on my goddamn chest, don't grab it. And then I got it. I made my $50 and I went on about my day, dude. But still, hey, 225 at fucking 30. I ain't mad at it.
Oh yeah. I've recently, I got back in the gym about 2 years now. I haven't really went hard though. I'm just trying to stay healthy right now.
I hear you.
Dylan, you've gotten back in the gym lately.
Recently.
Watch out.
Not me, dude. I won't be there.
Yeah, I was trying to work out at my house, and so now I'll sneak off on my lunch break and hit the gym just to try to.
Yeah, it's not a bad
idea. It helps me clear my mind. Definitely like the stress, and then come back to work, because I was getting like this past winter, like I hit the biggest burnout seat, because we've been going hard. I haven't had a vacation, like a real vacation, since 2020, and like maybe like a 3-4 day here or there since then, but like it's been work every day. And then like trying to get into music last year, like I was working all day and then going performing at night, making a million songs, trying to get as much as I could get going. And now this year, like, okay, so here's one thing real quick is so every year I told myself in 2019 I'm going to start trying to do something that gets me out of my comfort zone every year. So 2020 and 2019 and stuff, I was learning how to make music, and I was going to try to put out as much music as possible, let myself get out there. And then last year, I was like, all right, I'm going to start performing. I've never performed. I want to go see who I am on that. And then this year, I'm doing the podcast, getting out of my comfort zone completely, learning how to do all this. And I feel like doing something like that every year, learning, like, because you get so stagnant, and you, like, I don't want to have a boring life. I don't want to have any regrets. Like, if I wanted to do something, I want to at least try it. And so that's what I'm doing with the podcast this year.
Doing pretty good with it, I tell you that.
But I forgot where I was going with that. But that came to me for whatever reason. But yeah, I started doing the podcast.
You're talking about getting out of your comfort zone.
Oh, and so like I think it's very important to get out of your comfort zone to keep growing in your life, and try to be who you want to be. And I don't feel like you really truly find who you really are. Like I don't know. I've never lived in anybody else's experience, so I can't say that they're not living what they want to live. But I know at least me, previous to trying all that, like I just felt like I was going to get stagnant, and I didn't want to stay in that place. So trying to jump out of your comfort zone every year. And I had a thought. I don't know.
You're talking about getting out of your comfort zone.
Mm-mm.
But Yeah, but when I saw you two motherfuckers pull up to the odd, I was like, what the fuck?
What's he
Because I
doing
knew
next?
him. He's a baseball guy. And I was like, what the fuck is he going to do here? And then y'all came on, like, I mean, it's not like your energy was, like, insane. But, like, dude, when I saw y'all for the first time, I'm like, this motherfucker. Like, he gonna come through. I done ran through the whole crowd, but this guy might take it, so. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, y'all did good. I was very, very shocked when I saw you for the first time. And then, like I said, I like seen a picture, like, because I was like, who's this Max guy? Because you always, like, complimented me on my music. I remember that.
Oh, yeah.
From back, you, like, give me, like, compliments. I'd be like, thanks, bro. And then next thing you know, when you messaged me about this podcast, I was like, who the fuck is this guy? He's got a podcast? You know what I'm saying? And then, when it was leading up to me coming through here, that's when I seen you had Hippie on here, so I was like, I'm gonna watch Hippie's podcast and see if it's actually good, and that's why I was excited to talk to you, because you're not weird and yeah.
We're trying.
Yeah, you
and everyone you get a little
you
get a little bit better. But,
I don't know, dude. I've never done one.
But it's fun.
Today's the day.
You're doing great.
Thank you, sir.
The first one I did was with Victor. It went pretty good. Like I didn't have no notes, and I was just kind of, I don't know what I'm doing. And so we were buddies, so like we've talked a lot, so it was easy to get going. But the lighting, I'm still trying to work on getting the right lights. But no, it's been fun. It's definitely been a fun learning experience. But yeah, you said you were down to do rap roulette.
Let's do it.
All right, so we are gonna do the second ever rap roulette live with Shameful. Distant memory, I've been out here trying to sing you this song, but it seems like it goes on deaf ears. You don't understand where I'm at mentally. I've been just disseminating my own self. I don't know how I'm gonna keep pushing on, but I know that you left me at my lowest, my darkest, and I hope that you have the best of times. But lately I know that I've just been trying to pass the time with our memories by. Just staying alive, waiting for the day you arrive, I catch myself checking the time, righting my wrongs with right. So hard to live this life without you on my side. I catch your memory flowing over me as I try to go to sleep. But you were just a distant memory, and lately, baby, I've been trying to get my mind right, cause I know that you weren't right for me, and I just keep on seeing us together, and I don't know why I'm so sick and toxic with them thoughts, and I know that I gotta loosen them out of my mind, and all of this time you got me going out of my mind, and baby, now I'm about to lose myself. Gotta say goodbye. All right, so tell the people who you are one more time.
Shameful, or money sign handful. You gotta type it on money sign for the SHAMEFUL.
And you gotta go check out his. You gotta go check out his music. And again, my favorite song was D&D, so go check that one out. Run the plays up.
And on D&D, cause I don't want nobody trying to hurt me. Got so much pain on my body, I need surgery. I go insane every time they do me dirty. Then they deserve me. I put my heart on D&D.
Cause I don't want nobody trying to hurt me. Got so much pain
on my body, I need
surgery.
I go insane every time they do me dirty. Then they deserve me.
Boom. Hey. You heard it here? Go check out this man's music. Thank you, sir, for coming on the iMAXX podcast.
had fun, dude. It was a blast, dude. Fuck yeah, dude.
The iMAXX Podcast.